everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful, beautiful, gorgeous day. So now it's time for an object lesson. Now this object lesson is all about following the instructions. So let's get started. So let's go ahead and go over the materials that you're going to need for this object lesson. So first thing is first, you're going to need a large tray to capture all of the foam. You're going to need a glass container, or you can use a water bottle that is empty. You're going to need some yeast. Make sure you guys can see that. Okay. You're going to need some yeast. You're going to need a bowl and a spoon. You're going to need some food coloring. You're also going to need a 1 cup measurement and also a 1 tablespoon measurement. You're going to need peroxide, and you're also going to need some soap and 3 tablespoons of warm water. So this is the material that I'm going to use to illustrate the importance of following instructions. So let's go ahead and get started. So for this object lesson, I use this object lesson to illustrate the importance of following the instructions that God has provided for us. So, in order to live a holy life, in order to live a Christian life, there's certain instructions and things that we need to know in order to conquer the world, to conquer the enemy. And God has blessed us with a specific instruction manual or book that tells us what we need to know to be a good Christian and to work in the kingdom of God. And so this is one of the object lessons that I like to use. So what I do first is have them follow instructions on doing this object lesson. And then after I'm done, I would connect it to the importance of following instructions and how, in order for us to live a holy life, a holy Christian life, God has blessed us with instructions on how to do that. So we're going to get started. So here I have the tray with my glass. I'm going to put the glass in the middle, okay? And now you can illustrate this yourself, or you can have the kids follow. It's all up to you. So let's go ahead and follow instructions. The first thing that we gotta do is we gotta put hydrogen peroxide into our glass, and I'm going to go ahead and measure a cup. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna measure a cup of hydrogen peroxide. Okay. Now, it's important for us to follow the instructions, because if we don't, then this experiment is not going to work. Okay. After we put the hydrogen peroxide into our glass, we're gonna go ahead and take some soap. Okay, and we're gonna put some soap in there. Okay, this is going to help our reaction to increase. Okay, it's gonna give us that foam, soapy look. Okay, you mix it a little bit, just like that. And the next thing we're going to do, we're gonna add some food coloring to give it that amazing color. Okay. Now I'm going to put some food coloring around my glass, just like that. Okay. Now you can illustrate this yourself and have the kids watch, or you can have them do it with you and follow along. And that way they can see the importance of following instructions and what happens when you don't follow the instructions. Some of them might mess up, some of them might forget something. So yeah. So I decided to use 2 different colors. So that's what I'm doing. I'm putting food coloring. Now that I'm done with that, okay, the next thing that I gotta do is I gotta start creating that the yeast that's going to mix in with the hydrogen peroxide and create that foam look. And that's very important for our object lesson. Okay, so I'm gonna take my bowl. I'm going to take a tablespoon of yeast, and then I'm going to take my 3 tablespoons of water, and I'm gonna quickly put it into my bowl and start mixing and count 30 seconds. That way it gives me enough time to mix the yeast into the warm water really good, okay? Because that's going to create our explosion. All right. All right, I think it's done. All right, guys, this is the last step that we have to do. Now we have to put our yeast into our glass. Let's see what happens. And there it goes. And we have an explosion. Whoa, isn't that pretty cool, you guys? That is awesome. Now, if you want a bigger explosion, then your percentage on the hybrid peroxide would have to be greater. I've heard 12% works the best, gives you a better effect. So it's all up to you guys. I prefer to use the 3% just because it's safer with children. But yeah, this is the object lesson on following the instructions and how important it is to follow the instructions. What happens if we didn't put the yeast? Well, we wouldn't get this effect. What happens if we didn't add the food color? Well, it wouldn't give that beautiful color. So each step is important. That's why it's important for us to follow the instructions, right? That's the same way with our Bible. Our Bible is our instructions on how to live a holy life. And it's important for us to follow those instructions. We can't just decide which ones are perfect for us. We can't just take one thing and leave something out. Why? Because there's a reason why God put them into our Bible. So that is the object lesson for following instructions and the importance of following the Bible for our lives. I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.